here at a location about 2 hours into my drive. I still got about 30-40 minutes to go. This dirt road, it's pretty rough, pretty slow going. Run about 15 to 25 miles an hour depending on what section of the road you're in. It's good in a few spots, but for the most part it's pretty rough. There's been times over the winter that it's been pretty good, but now it's spring, frost coming out of the ground and everything. It's getting pretty rough, so got to take it pretty easy. You can hear and probably see the camera shaking how rough it is, but just ease along, get there someday. Looks like got some wild horses up here in the road. I'll just kind of take it easy, and still springtime like this, I don't really want to run them too hard, so just kind of see if they'll get off the road. They're just running right down the road. There's a bunch of wild horses out here. I don't know how they survive so well on this desert, but they sure seem to. They get by pretty good. Man, they don't want to get off the road. I might just stop here for just a second, see if they'll work their way off the road. Here, they'll get off the road eventually, right? There they go, they're getting off there now. We are coming up on the voodoo doll. It's kind of a weird deal. Somebody built a voodoo doll and put a tree branch or something in the ground there and stuck a voodoo doll on it. I call this the voodoo doll or voodoo canyon, but it's kind of interesting. But I don't go mess with it or get out and go look at it or anything like that. I just check it out as I drive by. It's brought me luck so far. I guess I haven't had any issues out here. Coming up here on one of the worst spots in the road. It's the road's washed out. Culverts don't work very good. They fill up with mud, and then that mud just the water just comes and cuts its own path, and it comes through the road. So the road's got a bunch of washes in it. So I did this last spring too, but it was way worse last spring. They had to come and rebuild the road in a lot of spots. So far it ain't too bad, but you got to go real slow. You'll lose a steer axle if you hit it going too fast.
So this yellow product or orange product here is Color Cut. It separates the water and the oil. You can, when you dip it in there, when it hits water, it will change colors. Put a little bit of baby powder on there so you can see where the oil level is. It's a 12-foot tank, so you just drop it down in there and let it sit for a second. We've got her at right at 6 foot right there. And our water level is at 5'4". I always like to walk around while I'm loading and just kind of kick all my tires and make sure they're all good. Don't need no flat tires. I always kind of look the truck over too, make sure don't notice anything wrong with it. I don't really see anything that sticks out like there's anything wrong, so we should be pretty good. It don't take long for this to load. With this 4-inch line on a short hose like this, it'll probably take about 10-15 minutes to load. So I'm gonna jump back in the truck real quick and start filling out a ticket. I'll need to get a gauge on the tank when I'm done, so I have my top gauge and bottom gauge, and then I can tell exactly how much water I pulled. Hey, we're gonna shut her off right here, and I got a gauge that I watched in the truck, and it's right there where it needs to be. So I'll take and unhook the hose and suck out the hose and go shut the pump off, and then I'll run up there and strap the tanks and then finish filling out the ticket. All right, well, I'll go shut this pump off and go strap it and finish the ticket.
All right, well, got that loaded up, and there's an injection well out here in the field, but it just doesn't hold that much water, so I'll go put this load in it, and then I got another load, my regular location that I'm the only one that takes care of it. I haul all the water off of it, so I'll go grab a load off it and haul it out the 3-hour trek back out of here. So I'll catch back up with you here in just a little bit.
All right, well, I'm here at the injection well, and walk over here and I'll kind of show you how this works. It's basically an oil well or a gas well that they've converted, so they just pump the water back down into the ground to dispose of it. So it only takes so much a day because it gets a little pressured up. So what you can see here is these tanks. There's all these tanks. It goes in there and settles, separates out, then I'll walk around here. But yeah, around here there's a compressor that compresses it and pushes it down whole. So right inside this building here, that's the compressor. You probably can't hear it, but it's pretty quiet. But that's what injects it into the ground. So it's pretty simple on my part. I just hook up a hose and open a valve and push it in there, make sure I don't overfill it or push it too hard.
All right, well, there's a creek out here called Sand Creek. Normally it's its namesake, it's just a sand creek. There's no water in it usually, but it seems out it's springtime. It snow's melting off, and you guys get a treat. You guys get to watch me cross the creek. So it looks like it's the island showing, so it's safe to cross. You can see there's an island out in the middle. Looks like 2 creeks, but as long as you can see that island, it's safe to cross. It only happens springtime usually, but there's other times where it's gets a little bit of water in it. Last spring it got up in May. It got up over the island, so it was impassable for a few days, but we'll get across her today. So, yep, it looks like we'll make her. I'm here at my second location. I got a little bit of paperwork to do, so I'm just filling out this paperwork, and then I'll be on the road here in just a few, and about a 3-hour drive out of here with this load of water, and I'll unload it there in Wamsutter and get out of here. Got about 75 miles or so drive out there, so most of the day is spent sitting right here in this driver's seat, driving down the road. You know, the work part is pretty simple. That's how you get these chubby cheeks and double chins and stuff. But yeah, I'll check back with you here in a little bit. Most places out here, the roads are pretty narrow, so you got to kind of watch ahead all the time and watch for other traffic coming. But not a lot of traffic out here, and usually you know if there's another truck coming, you know that he'll be coming, and you kind of watch for him. But loaded truck always has a right of way, so you gotta, if you're empty, you gotta kind of get out of the way of the loaded truck. It doesn't always work that way. Some of them guys are in a hurry and they don't seem to care. So if I come across the truck and I'm loaded and it's pretty narrow and I don't feel comfortable about passing them while we're both moving, I'll just stop where I'm comfortable at and let them go in the ditch to get around me. So it's a lot easier to pull them out of the ditch than it is for them to pull me out. So that's the way I do it. We've got a truck coming up right here. I'm gonna slow down a little bit so we can get by him. It's a guy that I work with. It looks like he's pulling over a little bit to let me by, so we should be good here. Just ease by him right here. Slow him down some. Out here, and being careful, they can kind of sneak up on you. This one's kind of down the bottom of a hole. This winter, actually, there was a guy that either fell asleep or just was going too fast, and it was all snow packed, and he run off the road and tore up a pickup. I guess he totaled it. Lots of canyons and draws that you got to go across or through, so it kind of takes you through the gamut out here. Alright, well, I'm at the last part of this journey, and I'm at this disposal up north here, and you can see here behind me
I'm unloading my truck here into these tanks, and water goes from these tanks and it goes into a pit back there behind there, and then they can transfer it over to these other pits. Like there's one right up here, and they have misters. They turn the misters on and they evaporate all the water. So this pit, it'll, like in a week, it'll drop several feet, you know, in the summertime. They just kind of store it through the winter. Yeah, that's the journey of my day. It's about, by the time I get parked, today will probably be, probably 10 hours or so, plus hour drive here